Hello ladies and gentlemen, SeKo Starcraft giving you some early morning broadcasts. This time it's a good luck, have fun. Zerg versus Zerg on Whirlwind. You got Omniscient Red Zerg and Mirror Match Hater. In the bottom left is the Red Zerg, and we've got Killin. Just Killin. Bottom right, Zerg. I'm playing this game actually on a Macbook without a mouse, just playing on the little touchpad, so I'm going to be a little bit hit and miss with my actual playstyle, and you're going to see the type of choices I make really reflect the really bad amount of micro I can actually do. And because of that, you can see I'm building up all my minerals right now to go for a 9 pool, and because I really want to go for an early attack and some early damage. We'll see how this goes. The 9 pool I don't really consider an all-in. You're going to make like 6 lings out of it and go and attack. If he goes for a 12 pool, you're going to be able to, you know, do a little bit of haste, do a little bit of damage, but you'll be able to fall back and build an economy as well. If he goes for an expand, you'll be able to cancel it and throw down your own. So you're in a good spot. So I don't really ever feel like going for like a 9 or a 12 pool is really cheesy. It just leaves you a little bit more committed to going and doing damage. And if you don't do it, like if you make a 9 pool and then go and expand, you essentially wasted that opportunity. I get lucky in the fact that my Overlord runs into his, so I know where his position is. This is a 4-player map. So if you are going to go for something that's really early pressure, it's nice to send out a worker to go scout, but because I don't really have a lot of workers, I didn't really want to go do that. So we see his pool went down, I believe, at 15. I've got 6 zerglings on the way. I think I'm going to build 2 more here in a second, so I can get, 8 total. And this guy is building another Overlord. Is he building more workers, really? I think he's saving up 2 supply for a queen. Nope, building another worker. For me, my lings are already on the way. He hasn't scouted this, obviously, because his Overlord's just getting here. My Overlord's just getting into the base, and I'm going to see that this is happening. Now, I'm halfers on what to do at this point. I've seen 2 schools of thought. One, which is take out the expansion, just to make sure that you do some guaranteed damage, because if he gets out lings and you come in here and you don't do damage, he's going to come back and he's going to have an expansion. You're going to be really far behind. So therefore I go to take out the expansion. You could also run in here and try to kill workers, but if he runs around in circles for a while and this finishes, you're in a lot of trouble. So you can maybe leave 2 lings or something here, but I'm going to go for the guaranteed damage in a Zerg versus Zerg. That just makes things a bit easier. I see that there is a crawler going up. I'm running away my Overlord because I'm sure a queen's going to come soon. Sure enough, there's the queen. He's going to surround it because all of his workers, you don't do this. You need to be back down here defending your mineral line and defending your queen. These lings, that's 4 lings to my 8. With workers, you will take that out. Alright, behind this, I'm expanding and building Overlords because I believe I'm supply block. Managed to get another cancel and kill, and I'm picking off attacking units as they're coming out. My lings are hurt, but really they're in pretty good shape still. So I've got 6 lings left. Like I said, not in great shape, but I've cancelled 3 spine crawlers. He had 300 minerals, now he's down to nothing, and he has all these workers. They're not working, they're not getting money, and he knows this. He can't build anything else now, so he's gonna run back to do this, and with his lings popping out, I believe I managed to get, I think I get a couple of worker kills in there. I got 3 workers killed, and a queen and a whole bunch of lings killed, so that was really, really good. Behind this, I'm building a couple queens, more zerglings, be able to defend. I've got a pretty big supply lead. The worker lead we're actually quite even in. It's just because I have these queens and these zerglings that are really making up that difference. So where did he go with his lings? Oh, he left them at home for more defense. I think that's alright. Oh, I don't know what he cancelled there. He's building another big pile of workers for me. Now that I have 2 hatch production, and that's not my Overlord. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have his hatch down yet. But because I have the 2 hatchery production that allows me to produce so many zerglings, I'm going to go for another attack and see if I can do even more damage. But this time I'm going to try to macro up behind it. I do get lucky in grabbing this queen. Queen movement speed has increased, so if you aren't microing your queen, it's sometimes tough to pick off Overlords, particularly off creep. But it's really hard to micro queens anyways, because they shoot so fast. It's sometimes better off just to leave them on their own. Put down a creep tumor at the front after I inject, so that way I can connect my bases better. And that's a pretty healthy amount of lings. And I have my first bunch in here. This is the problem of me using my MacBook, as I have a really tough time putting all my units together and moving quickly. I hit a little bit unfortunate timing with these crawlers going up. And he does a smart move of pulling back his lings in time to get out his crawlers, which was really smart. But once again, he lets his queen get taken out. And at this point, I know I'm not fighting a winning battle. But what I do manage to do is kill off almost all of his zerglings, so that behind this pile here will kill anything that comes down the ramp. I'm not going to go up here and attack this. I might be able to do some cheeky stuff behind the mineral line, but because I'm playing on a MacBook, oh yeah, once again my rally points are all effed up. Once again, because I'm using a MacBook, I'm suffering from the fact that I can't do really good micro, so I'm going to avoid that for right now. Moving some creep, because I believe I'm going to be moving into a roach war in here pretty quick. He's getting zergling speed, which is really smart. I've not had speed this whole game, and if you can get that out first, sometimes that's enough to be able to just win battles. Lots and lots of workers, so if we look at the unit count right now, it's 32 to 19, so I'm starting to really pull away quite a bit. Down goes the roach warren, up goes the supply block, because Shawnee's so good at keeping up with his supply. Yes, 4 overlords, why not? I've got the money and I've got nothing better to do with it. Ling's still at the front. I'm going to run one in around the back of the base just to see what's going on. It gets poked in the eye. So I do see the gas. Did I see the gas? I did see this changing, and I did see the gas. So that means a couple of things. Going baneling, which is what I predict, or going for a spire. And he only had one gas, so I'm pretty sure he's not going for spire. So behind this, another big pile of workers. Gonna throw down a macro hatch. I've got 3 queens, 3 hatches. That'll be pretty good. Should be moving my creep a little bit better, but what are you gonna do? This is also good at denying. He wanted to try to expand, obviously, here, and that he just ran his worker home. And he's not even coming down with his lings. He probably has. Does he have enough lings here with speed? No, he doesn't have enough. So with speed gives you a pretty sweet advantage. Oh yeah, I almost built a second roach one, so I had to cancel that. I've built up a good chunk of gas, even after only taking 1 geyser, because I took that pretty early on, which has saved me to be able to get tons of workers on minerals. Probably a good time for me to take a gas is here pretty soon. But now I'm just going to move into straight roach production. I'm trying to wall off the front a little bit in case he goes for speed. I'm going to try to tighten things up a little bit. I'm just building this mostly because once I move out with my roaches, they're going to be slow. Boing. That's pretty good play by him, using the minimal amount of banelings possible. All that tells me, though, is that I predicted right with him going banelings, so that my roaches should just be able to go over there and stomp. Finishing off a bit more of a tighter wall here, which is great. Should be hitting my injects a little bit tighter here. There we go. My gases are going down. I need to throw people into those. I still haven't gone through all my bank yet, but making another 13 roaches, yeah, that went through the gas pretty fast. So now I need to really take those gases. I think I'm waiting for this next big pile of roaches to pop out, and then I'm going to go for my attack. I threw down a spore at the front as well. When I have a big lead, I generally play super conservative, so I'm like, maybe he's going to go for burrowed infestors. So that's what I wanted to have in place for that. Sure enough, behind it, this guy's... Like, if we look at the units tab, I mean, I've got double his worker supply, essentially, because he's spending so much time on tech. He's even building a macro hatch with the spire, which I don't think is really that necessary. You're not going to be able to produce that much stuff anyways. Behind this, more overlords, upgrades, and roaches. I'm pretty confident I'm just going to go win with the roaches. So that's what I'm going to go do. A little bit of a missed rally point there, but yeah, who gives a crap. Finally getting all my gases now. Taking the one in my base. So the supply is 109 to 33. It's pretty lopsided. So I'm going to come in. Once again, I want to cancel this so he doesn't get an advantage. He can try and attack this all he wants. I'm going to split off a few roaches to go to the ramp. Mostly because I want to reduce his baneling hits. So he wasted his entire army on 3 roaches and didn't even kill them. And he GG's out. I guess those were going to be transferred workers. Anyways, really quick Zerg versus Zerg. How to be able to use your zerglings effectively earlier on, and what not to do when defending a very fast zergling attack. What he did, very, very wrong. You need to use your workers to defend, and if you work out, you know you're in the lead. So hopefully this guy uses this as a bit of a lesson to try to improve on that a bit. Thank you very much for watching, everybody, and we'll see you guys soon.